a little spring in your step inside.
Yes.
And you can do that with your decor. You've brought so much green, and you know, green just signifies spring,
Yes.
a reawakening, a fresh start. So what can we make?
Well, I've taken inspiration from organic elements such as leaves, ferns,
Nice.
tropicals, and let's be honest, we don't have full lush green yet.
No.
So if we can bring just a touch of it inside in a really affordable and easy DIY way, it's amazing how your interiors can really affect your mood. If anything, these are signs of hope for
Yes,
what is
they
around
are.
the corner in your home. But they also become beautiful little elements that you can enjoy all year round, such as this little bowl that I made.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I wouldn't even be able to cost this, but this was probably pennies for me to make each of these bowls because I used a really affordable material, which was air dry clay.
You're so good at this. Can I just be your agent and you sell this stuff?
No, I want you to learn how to do it.
Oh, I'm supposed to make it myself. I just want to buy it from
DIY,
you.
do it yourself,
Okay.
not DIY LA.
How do I make it?
Well, you're going to hop on Amazon because, to be honest,
Yeah.
I have spent so many hours traipsing around looking for craft materials in the
Yeah.
past, and I found everything I needed online and it showed up the next day. So
Oh,
that was winning
what a
for
beautiful
sure.
thing.
So I did use, air dry clay, which is quite affordable, and this one package makes a lot.
Okay, all right, that's good to know.
So the first thing you're gonna do is, number one, you don't need experience, so that's great. This is a really novice project. I know sometimes working with clay and concrete, people get a little nervous.
Well, just because we don't know how quickly it's going to dry.
Right, and this is air dry, so you're literally going to be able to see it visually dry.
Okay,
so
good.
you're just gonna grab a rolling pin, roll out a piece. Now, you can go into the garden if you do have some green leaves, or stop by your florist, which I did, and grab some beautiful hydrangea bushels, and just took the hydrangea leaves off. What you're looking for in a leaf is something that has some nice veining on the back.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to press that veining into the concrete or the clay, not the front portion. So
You're looking for
literally,
wrinkles.
We're looking for wrinkles, and you can use a rolling pin, but you're just gonna work it in with your fingertips. And the idea is to imprint that pattern. And then once it's in there really well, you're going to either grab some fancy schmancy clay tools,
Yes.
or a knife from your kitchen is also totally fine.
That would totally work.
And just cut out around that leaf and try to separate it away. So I've already done some of the cutting here. And the idea is, now we've got the outline, and once you have this in place, and I'll just suggest taking the stem away because it'll probably break anyways.
Yeah.
And then you
Ooh.
reveal the pattern there. Now, the nice thing with this is you can fold this however you want. So if you have
Yeah.
a little dish, you can literally drop it into the dish. And this is a let it go and dry for a couple of days. You'll see, because the color will change, it'll lighten quite a bit. And in fact, I have one finished here. You can see the difference.
Yeah.
That it becomes quite solid.
So you'll know when it's dry. You
Exactly.
touch it and it's crunchy.
Exactly. Now, you may want to, as I did with this, take it out and flip it over and put it like that, just so that the back can also dry properly as well. Once that's done, you can add any paint. You can even use any of your tools to poke a hole in them, as I did for a little incense holder here. So this would go perfectly into Shona's little meditation. Yes, exactly. And then any craft paint, and in particular, using the Modern Masters.
Who else
in the
thought that was peanut
golds.
butter?
You are not the
I was
only
like,
one
what does the
today.
peanut butter have to do?
I just have to
When are
point
we
this
gonna
out
eat it?
because a gold glaze is so hard to come by where it actually goes on gold. And this adds so much luxe and elegance to your clay projects.
I love the gold ones. And
Isn't
I
it
also
pretty?
like the green with the gold border.
So I did the
That's
larger palm leaf as
beautiful.
well, and again, the little hole there for the incense.
Right.
Really simple.
So how much are you selling it for?
We can work a deal. Now, polymer clay is another type of clay, and this is almost like, as you suggested, a Play-Doh type of material. Now, with this, you can get blocks in a whole bunch of different colors, so what I would actually suggest is getting a bunch of different greens, and then I even have a piece of gold here. The goal is you keep twisting it all together to create kind of a marbleized look. And in fact, if you have a pasta maker, this is going to make the project that much faster. To put that down.
So you're mixing it all together so you have different colors.
Exactly. So you create a marbleized technique, and this one you would do the same technique of cutting out first, but I'll just lift the leaf off so you can again see the pattern. Once that's cut out, you want to place them onto a baking sheet because polymer clay does need to be baked.
Yeah.
Now, the thing with this is you will put it onto some parchment paper, but I like crinkling up some little pieces of paper and resting them over, and that's how you get this really pretty organic kind of flow to the shape instead of flat. And then once you poke a hole in the top while they're still wet, before you bake them, you can turn them into something like a beautiful little wall hanging.
Beautiful.
Now, mobiles are really trendy right now. They're kind of taking over from the macrame type of look. And this is really beautiful and organic, but you can even add some little bells to create wind chimes as well. If you want to put this on your porch or your deck, would be a beautiful little element to your space.
That's lovely.
Yeah,
that's really
very simple project.
And then you have another one over here.
Last but not least is using some ferns or palm leaves. Now, again, pick these up from my local grocery store. And I'm using Tester's Craft Paint because this is actually a great fabric paint. And if you notice, actually, I'm going to hold up the bowl here. I've just kind of made a mixture of some different colors. And you're going to sponge them onto the leaf. And I'm not going to do the entire thing here, but the key here is to just give you that block print coverage so that you can have that transferred look, as you can see on the pillows here. Now, I just picked up inexpensive girly pillowcases.
I like the
from
blue
IKEA.
that you added in there.
Yes.
It's
now,
really
with
pretty.
this, I put a piece of cardboard inside the pillowcase. I'm going to press this down. Now, at this point, if you start touching it with your fingers, you're going to make a goopy mess. So take a piece of parchment paper, put it down, a little rolling pin, and carefully roll so that any paint doesn't get on your fingers and then transfer onto the fabric. And it probably could have used a little bit more rolling, but let's see what we have.
But that's still even nice. I like it. It's
cool. Pretty little pattern. So you can add that all over the pillow. And then with the Tester's paint, just heat set it with an iron and you're good to go.
Heat set it with an iron, very good. So
yes.
look at this, you can do that gorgeous palm motif. You can make them yourself. I think these are great projects. You have me wanting spring.
Me too.